You know how I do it. I help you find love, get love, keep love, help you enhance the relationship you're already in. This is what love is about. It's giving you solutions and strategies, okay? Now, you saw the topic is, do you really know what love is? So I'm going to give you the basis of love. So make sure you continue to like and follow. If you know anyone who need help in this department, please share it with others so they can understand why they're having the issues in their relationship or why it's difficult to find. Because I'm starting my love series on helping you find a mate, at the same time going to help you keep your mate, okay? So make sure you stay apart. Also, all my lives are always here on my Facebook page, but it also goes to my YouTube. So make sure you subscribe over there and join, because I make sure I add things there as well. And I'm all on other social medias, but this is where I am every day, right here on Facebook. Okay, so let's get right into this topic of why you really don't understand love. And this is a different topic that most people don't have a conversation with most men and women about love. We're always helping us, well, why he don't like this, why she don't like this, and why this, why that, how to. Okay, that's good, but you need to understand about love, right? So let's get into that. There's 3 foundations to love. And once you get what I'm talking about, you'll understand how to separate people you meet. Now, there's 3 foundations to love. One is psychological love. The second one is materialistic love. And then the next one is spiritual love. Okay? So, when you, like, it's your psychological love has a lot to do with your understanding and really truly getting love, because you're dealing with emotions, correct? Materialistic love is pretty much lust. And so you get into a relationship for reasons. So you're meeting people that necessarily may not be your love mate. Got it? And then spiritual love is the component that you want to have in most of your relationship, because it's about your peace, about your happiness, about your place of peace. Okay? Now, to have healthy relationships, and you all know I talk about this all the time, what do you have to be? You got to be what? A peace, joy, happiness. You got to be secure of having healthy relationships. So what types of love that, when we're talking about this, there are types of love that is going to really keep you in, what's that called? Mindful of making you in the direction of understanding love, okay? Which is, you should always want to be a part of, which is traditional love and new age love, because it's a difference. Now, I believe I did a talk on it. If not, I will do it again, because you need to understand the difference between traditional love and new age love. And it matters whichever era you're in. If you're a person that was born in the 60s and 70s, then you were raised to treat women differently than the men and women who were born in the early 2000s, late 90s. So there's a difference and a gap that took place, but they both matter. You need to understand the attitude of people in traditional age time and then now in the new age time. That matters in relationship, because if you are a person dating someone 20 years your senior, 20 years your junior, of course you're dealing with a person in a different era and a different mindset. Okay? So you've got to understand where you are when you're in these type of relationships. You got to know who you're dealing with and the type of people you're dealing with, okay? So that is important. Now, the other thing, the reality of love. Okay, let's talk about that for a minute. The reality of love. The reality is about seeking love through connection. And you know I talk about this all the time. You have to be able to seek love through connection. You have to believe that the love that you're seeking is fulfilling your emotions, your desires, your needs, your wants. And in the midst of that, you have to be what? Secure. Because it's about liking and loving someone you want to have a successful relationship with. And in order to do that, you have to be ready. And this is why I'm talking about what love is. Because see, we experience challenges based on our aging. We experience it based on our maturing. And I don't know if I did a talk on that yet, but I will do a talk again about what happens as we mature, as we're aging. Because we deal with different realities from 20s to 30s to 40s to 50s to 60s. You see what I mean? So you need to understand what is happening and when that takes place. Because we change. Because what we believe and what we like and what we want and what we think about, what we desire, it changes as we learn to mature. And that's about taking the time and the patience through our maturity to understand. Because it's not the same. If you're still being the same person in your 20s and 30s when you're now 50, you're going to have difficult times having successful relationship because you're not trying to understand why something didn't work. And it has a lot to do with you not understanding. We all, including me, it took me time to figure out why I had the issues that I had. Because I thought that I knew, especially in your 20s. Can nobody tell you nothing in your 20s? You know, in your 20s, don't tell me nothing about a relationship. I know what to do. And you hit your head over and over. And so it is so important to understand what love really is. Not those simple words that they always say, what is not, open the door, respect you. It's a lot more than that. And that's why I'm talking about this. Because every relationship you enter in has a potential of that person being a long life friend. Right? And for that person to be a long life friend, you have to understand what you're really seeking, what you really like, what really makes you happy. You see? And if you don't really know that, how are you going to have a successful relationship with anybody? How are you going to be able to separate the person you want with the person that uses you or the person that doesn't like you? You understand? So this is why you have to understand the why your experience with another person in life is so important. Okay? So that's mainly what love is. Yeah, it's not difficult. We add so much into it and it has nothing to do with love. You know, sometimes we always say that love is 50-50 and no, you're not getting that right. They're talking about 50-50 partnership is what they're talking about. Love is 100%. You meet somebody, you're supposed to give 100%. You don't give 50-50. The 50-50 is based on a partnership of what we're building together and what we are trying to achieve. But our actual relating and a relationship with someone is 100%. You got to give 100. If you're giving just 50, oh shit, we're in trouble. I'm missing something. But see, we don't separate that because see, we so busy listening to the same shit. Y'all got to stop listening to all these broken people who's trying to tell you how to have a successful relationship. And I'm not trying to put nobody down. Don't get me wrong. But the reality is everybody wants to be a relationship expert. Everybody want to tell somebody how to love somebody and why this don't work and why that don't work. And half of them hadn't even studied love. You understand? So make sure you're listening to someone who studied, not somebody who ramping and talking and you like, yeah, he right, she right. No. Get somebody who can really, really help you understand about why you're having difficulty with love. I mean, we all have it. It is not hard. It's not easy. It's not complicated, but it can be simple. We just make it that way because we have, what's the word I always tell a lot of my clients? You don't want to change. It's almost like you feel like a person should accept who you are. It's not they don't accept who you are. It's just that sometimes you have to, what I always talk about, compromise. And when you know you've compromised enough with somebody and they still are not coming to some type of agreement, that's not your mate. See, this is why you have to understand love. You have to recognize a person that is a potential mate and a person that wastes your time. So, and I'm going to say this to you real quick, and then I'm going to end it, because I can go on about love, and I'm going to keep talking to you about that, because tomorrow I need to talk to you why you're not ready. I have to make sure you're ready, but I got to let you know why you may not be ready. So because we get so filled with, got to have a relationship now, and I'm lonely and need, but you don't even know if you're ready. You think you're ready because, you got so much to offer, and you got a job now, you got a roof over your head. But if your mindset is not right, you're not ready. Because you're bringing somebody some mental problems that you haven't handled. And I'm one of the persons who can talk about that. I remember 15 years ago, my brother was murdered. And I went through depression. There was no possible way in the world I was capable of being in a relationship when my brother was just murdered. No. I just went through a divorce. That tragedy had happened. Now I'm dealing with loss and grief. Now I got people fighting over an estate. Do I really have the capacity to give somebody a piece of me? Sure, you want the hugs, you want the love, but the capacity of my mindset was not there. It was impossible for me to really truly show somebody how I love them, because I wasn't right. I was dealing with stress and depression. And see, this is what I'm talking about. We might have a lot of people today that's dealing with stress and depression, but they want to enter into relationships. Why? And then when you get into a relationship, you're bringing about your anger, your dislike, your upset, your problems, your confusion. That's not time. And so this is why I'm taking you through this stage. I wanted you to understand what love is. You needed to know what love is. I wanted to just give you some basics. We're going to keep talking about it, because it's not just simple and dry with what I gave you. That was some of the things, but I'll keep adding as we keep talking. Tomorrow, I'm going to give you why you're not ready. Because you might be, see, what happens is when we make poor decisions in love, and if you were watching me yesterday, I talk about staying on path. If you are making poor decisions and getting into a relationship, you're going to have a destructive relationship. Poor decisions make you have destructive relationship. And it may have been your mate, but you brought the mate into your life at the wrong time. And that's what I'm going to talk about. There's 3 main reasons you're not ready. It could be the wrong time, wrong situation, wrong decision. And I'm going to break them down for you tomorrow for you to understand. You need to make sure you're ready. And I'm going to give you the 3 reasons why you may not be. Okay? So that's just a part of a few things I wanted to tell you, because happiness is a matter of being happy. It's about being happy now. It's about being happy today. It's about being happy tomorrow. You have to be happy, and it all depends on you. So I just wanted to give you a little something with understanding about love and why it's so important to focus on certain things and to separate them, because they are different. And once you get those components, then you can bring and have successful love. Even in a relationship you have now, you still have to think about that. Because I didn't get a divorce because I wasn't a loving wife and didn't take care of my man. I got a divorce because I married an abusive person who was an abuser. But if I had known the signs, and if somebody like me had taught me what I'm going to teach you, I would have never entered into that relationship, because people show their true self within the first 2 to 3 months. You have to pay attention. And you have to really listen. But y'all drag shit for years, and the person ain't gonna be with you in the first place. You done wasted two years of shit, drama. It ain't going nowhere. You can learn from someone within the first 12 months. If somebody's gonna teach you something, they can teach you, show you something in 3. If you're watching. And they might not supposed to be in your life anymore. It is true. People are only supposed to be in your life for a season until you truly meet your mate. You'll know when you meet your mate. I promise you. It's nothing but pure peace. Peace. The closest thing you're gonna have a difference is about some tissue on the leaving the seat up and paper towel on the counter. But you do not argue or go through changes about anything outside of date when you meet your mate. Okay? So I'm not going to hold you. I just wanted to give you some tidbits on what the reality of love, and, hope that helped you out. Tomorrow, make sure you join me, because we will be talking about why you may not be ready and how to recognize if you're ready. Okay? So you've been with the Love Dr. Pamela Smith. Remember, if you're single, just be patient. Remember, just stay with me, be patient, keep learning, and you'll find the mate that's seeking you. If you're in a relationship, what I say, it's always about making sure it's what? A peace, joy, and happiness. Okay? So thank you for joining the Love Dr. Pamela Smith show. I'll be seeing you soon. And remember, our relationships are about love, love, love.